Hey mama, welcome to Mum Day and welcome to this labor prep flow. My name is Ella. I am in my third trimester, but you can do these exercises at any stage of your pregnancy to help create space and mobilize the pelvis for when labor arrives. I'm going to be using a yoga block for this flow. If you don't have a yoga block at home, don't worry, you can find a stack of books or anything around your house that's this kind of shape. I'm also going to be using a blanket underneath my knees, so if you experience any knee pain, then grab a blanket or a pillow. Once you've done your best to clear distractions, turn down the lights maybe, you've got some comfy clothes on, let's jump into our flow. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because it really helps and supports me to create more content throughout my pregnancy. So when you're ready, let's jump into it. Okay, we're going to be starting in a deep squat position, and you might want to bring your yoga block for a little bit of extra support here. So nice wide stance with the feet and wide with the legs. I like to place my yoga block on the lowest setting here, and we're going to just have our knees out really nice and wide, thinking about tucking the tailbone under, so exaggerating that posterior pelvic tilt. You can take your elbows on the inside of your knees and you can drive your knees out further, exaggerating that external rotation of the femurs. And as always, just big inhales here, filling the rib cage with air, visualizing the pelvic floor lengthening and descending with every inhale, and then passive exhales, just let all that air out. Nice long exhales, trying to calm the mind from distractions, zoning into our body and our labor prep. Nice job, mama. From here, I'm going to drop one knee in towards the midline, working on that external rotation of the hip, and then I'm just going to go ahead and switch over to the other side. Noticing if you're holding any tension or restriction on one side versus the other, maybe hanging out there for an extra breath. Thinking about trying to keep our shoulders nice and square, so we're not rotating as we drop that knee in. All that rotation's coming from the hip. And we are working asymmetry in the pelvis here, opening up a little bit more through that mid-level of the pelvis. Nice job, mama. I'm going to take that yoga block out from underneath my bum, coming into a kind of shortened 90-90 position here. I got my right leg forward and my left leg behind me. I'm going to reach my right arm up and over, coming into a side body stretch here, breathing into that rib cage, creating more space. Then I'm going to place that hand behind me, lift my hips and reach up and over. Feel that stretch through the front of the pelvis as you push your hips through. And then we're just going to keep flowing with your own breath, just in your own time, between those two movements. So I do that nice side body expansion, and then front of the pelvis. And of course, just keep breathing. Nice passive breaths here. Nice job, mama. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and switch the legs and switch over to the other side. So now my left leg is forward and my right leg is back. I'm going to reach up and over with my left arm, breathing into that lateral rib cage, creating space. And then place that hand behind me, reach up and over. close down the eyes if you need to. That helps you to relax. And then audible exhales out through the mouth. Nice job. Okay, we're gonna come into an all fours position and we're gonna bring our yoga block with us. We're coming into an offset position. So I'm gonna place my yoga block or stack of books underneath my right knee. In this all fours position, I'm gonna shift my weight over towards that right side, and you should feel a really amazing stretch in your back hip pocket here. And then we're just gonna hang out here and breathe into it. You can stay on all fours, or you can lift up and come into a little bit more of a reach, sitting your weight back into that hip. And again, just big inhales. Imagining that you're blowing up a balloon inside your rib cage, expanding the front, the back and the sides, and gently pressing down, lengthening through the pelvic floor. And then with your exhales, just everything recoils back in. Long passive exhales. Nice job. Okay, we're gonna come back into our all fours position. And from here, we're just gonna roll through some pelvic tilt. Again, in this offset hip position. So keep your weight shifted over towards the elevated side. And then you're gonna spill your pelvis forward, lifting your tailbone, inhale. And then exhale, rounding through the tailbone, tucking under, coming into that posterior tilt. And then again, just with your own breath in your own time, tilting the pelvis forward and tucking under. Again, we're working asymmetry in the pelvis here, creating more space diagonally through that mid-level of the pelvis where baby's gonna make their rotation. Loosening up any ligaments that are holding tension. Good job, mama. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and switch over to the other side. So I'm gonna move my yoga block underneath my left knee now. And remember, we're shifting our weight over towards that elevated side, and you should already feel that amazing stretch through that hip pocket. And then we're just gonna hang out here for 1 whole minute. Really breathing into that space, releasing our posterior pelvic floor. If you want to, you can reach up and kind of play around here. Sit your weight back a little bit more, shift over towards the side. Just find anywhere where it feels like there's a little bit more tension. Breathing big inhales, long exhales. Nice job, mama. Back to our all fours position. If you lifted the hand, keeping that weight shifted, and we're gonna go through those pelvic tilts on this left side. You can think of your pelvis like a bowl. So we're gonna scoop the water up, coming into a posterior tilt, tucking the tailbone under. And then you can visualize spilling all the water out of your pelvis as you tilt forward, lift the tailbone. So scoop, tuck under, and then all that water spills out. Nice job, mama. this. Okay, we're gonna take that yoga block out from underneath us and we're gonna come into a tall kneeling position. And I'm gonna bring my right leg out to the side. So my toe is gonna point totally to the side. And I'm gonna twist my pelvis away from my toe. And you should feel how that kind of stretches through the front leg here. And then we're gonna lean gently over our toe and then lift up. Creating that really nice opening through the groin. And really gently leaning our weight over to that right side. Nice job, mama. Okay, I'm gonna bring that same leg and I'm gonna bring it in line now. So toes pointing forward. And from here, I'm gonna think about tucking my tailbone under. So coming into that posterior pelvic tilt. And you should feel how that stretches through the front of the pelvis on this left side. Coming into a hip flexor stretch. Now, mama, if you need to, you can use your blanket for a little bit of support underneath your knee here. A little bit more comfortable. And if you want to, you can think about reaching your arm up and over. For a little bit of a deeper stretch and more of that side body opening. Keep tucking the tailbone, pushing the hips through. Nice job. And then we're just going to do that on the other side. So in that tall kneeling position, we're going to bring our left leg now out to the side. So toes pointing sideways. We're turning our pelvis towards the opposite side away from our toes. And then feeling that really nice inner thigh lengthening. And then if you want to, you can go for those rocks. Shifting the weight over towards the left side. Again, trying to think about keeping that pelvis nice and tucked under so we're not in this kind of bum sticking out position. Job. Okay, let's line up our toes coming into that flexor stretch on this left side. So toes pointing forward now, but same thing, we want to think about tucking the pelvis under, posterior tilt. Feel how that lengthens through the front of the pelvis on the right side. And then same thing, if you want to, you can reach your arm up and over, coming into that nice side body lengthening stretch. We're just gonna breathe here, feel that nice stretch through the hip flexors. Okay, and release. Now we're gonna come into a puppy pose with internal rotation. So we're gonna have our feet out wide, our knees out wide. We're gonna have our feet out even wider than our knees, coming into internal rotation here. And then option 2, walk the hands down in front of you, keeping your hips up really nice and high, but dropping the chest and the forehead down towards the floor. In this position, we're creating more space in the pelvic outlet, the bottom third of the pelvis, where baby's gonna exit the pelvis. Spreading through those sit bones and stretching through the pelvic floor. So same thing with every inhale. I want you to really visualize breathing into that space between your sit bones. Release your bum, release your jaw. If you're holding any tension, just go for a full body scan. Let your body be heavy. Nice job. Okay, from here we're gonna come into a half happy baby. We're gonna do this on both sides and then we are done with our labor prep flow for today. So I'm laying down on my right side and I'm gonna grab a hold of my foot. My elbow is on the inside of my knee here. If you can't reach your foot, no worries. Grab a hold of your shin or wherever is comfy. And same thing with this half happy baby. Just gonna think about opening and releasing through the entire pelvic floor with every inhale. And every exhale, just let all that tension go. I like to pull a little bit on my foot here to create even more mobility in my hip. Nice job. Okay, Mama, we're just gonna go ahead and do that on the other side. So you can just swing yourself around. I'm gonna stay facing you. Grabbing a hold of the foot, the ankle, or the shin here. If you want to, you can do a variation of a full happy baby. But often during pregnancy, we prefer not to lay on our back. So if you're symptom free and you prefer it on your back, then you can obviously go ahead and do the full happy baby. But this half happy baby is a great option during pregnancy. Final breaths here, Mama. Big inhales, sigh through the mouth. Let everything go. Thank you so much. Release the foot. Take a moment of gratitude for your incredible body, not only carrying you through this pregnancy, but also growing your beautiful baby inside your body. Thank you so much for joining me for that labor prep flow. I hope that you're feeling calmed and relaxed. And these are such amazing tools that you can use when you go into labor. Thanks for choosing Mom Day and trusting me with your prenatal movement, and I'll see you in our next movement session together. Bye, Mama. If you enjoyed that labor prep flow, you can join me over on the Mom Day app, where we have workouts throughout your entire pregnancy, mobility sessions, and labor prep sessions just like this one. It's all free to try for 7 days. So if you'd like to move with me a little bit more, the link is down below.